friends, I am Dr. Marathe from Department of Microbiology. Today we will discuss about the introduction of metabolism. Now the first question may arise in your mind, what is meant by metabolism? So metabolism, it's a broad term. Okay, under this title we have to study the two processes like anabolism and catabolisms. So whatever the overall reactions these are carried out inside the cell, that is nothing but what? The metabolism. So in a simple way you can say metabolism is equal to anabolism plus catabolism. Let us try to understand what is meant by anabolism and what is meant by catabolism. Okay, so anabolism is the constructive process. Anabolism is what? A constructive process. That means something is synthesized inside the cell during the anabolic reaction. Okay, so we can say it's a constructive synthesis process. Okay. Second thing is what? This anabolism, it's a reductive process. It's a reductive process. Means during the anabolic reaction, reduction process occurs. And that reduction is carried out by the reducing power generated during the reactions inside the cell in any other pathway. Okay, so it's a reductive process. And one more important thing is what? It's a energy requiring process. Means it requires energy input. Without the input of energy, the anabolic reactions are not possible. So we'll try to understand this concept by using one example. That example is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. See, this word itself contains what? Photo and synthesis. Means something is synthesized in the anabolic reaction. Something is constructed in the anabolic reaction. So photosynthesis, excuse me, photosynthesis, it's a anabolic reaction, it's a synthesis process, it's a constructive process in which by using the light energy, something is synthesized. For example, in a photosynthesis process, carbon dioxide and water, these two simpler compounds are used. Okay, these are simpler. Okay, so complex molecules are synthesized from the simpler one. This is the basic definition of anabolism. So by using this, it forms C6H12O6, that is glucose. Okay, all of you know during the photosynthesis process, by using the Kelvin cycle, the glucose molecule is synthesized. So it's a complex molecule. All of you know that it's a ring structure or open chain structure. It contains 6 carbon atoms. So by using the simpler one like carbon dioxide and water, this complex molecule is synthesized. So this is nothing but what? Anabolic reaction. Second thing is what? During this reduction, means like NaBTH plus H plus, these are the reducing agents. These reducing agents are used for reduction purpose. All of you know during the Kelvin cycle, and it causes the reduction and it forms what? Glucose. And second important thing is what? It requires the input of energy. Means overall we can say anabolism is the constructive or synthesis process, which is the reductive process, and that requires the input of energy. Protein synthesis. This is another example of anabolic reaction. Okay, so in contrast to this, the other term that is known as catabolism. So catabolism is the destructive process. Destructive. Okay, or we can say this also oxidation process. Oxidation means something is catabolized, something is oxidized. Okay, the well-known example is respiration. Well-known example is what? Respiration. So through the process of respiration, all of you know, when we consume the glucose, okay, by the involvement of pathways like glycolysis, cycle TCA, and electron transport chain, this glucose, it is catabolized into simpler compounds like carbon dioxide and water. So we write C6H12O6, it is catabolized into CO2 and water. Okay, so this is catabolized into carbon dioxide and water. Now you can compare. So later on we'll compare. Then this glucose is catabolized into carbon dioxide and water. Second thing is what? This is oxidative process. Oxidative means during this process electrons are removed. They are accepted either by NAD or NADP. Okay, and they get reduced to NADH plus H plus or NADPH plus H plus, and they are used for anabolic reaction. And second thing is what most important thing, during this reaction or during the catabolism, a lot of energy is generated. It is released. Okay, means it is an energy releasing process. It is an oxidative process in which complex molecules are converted to simpler ones. In case of anabolism, it's a constructive process, it's a synthesis process. During the process, simpler molecules are converted into complex molecules. So both are exactly opposite processes. Okay, but these two processes, these are carried out inside the cell simultaneously, because you cannot imagine the cell without the anabolism, or you cannot imagine the cell without the catabolism, because both are interdependent processes. So whatever the anabolic reactions, these are carried out inside the cell, they require the input of energy. And from where this energy is generated? So that energy is generated in the catabolic reaction. So whatever the energy that is generated during the catabolic reaction, it is used in the anabolic reaction or a synthesis process. I hope this is regarding what the anabolism